Welcome everybody to MexBox. This is on a Monday. I know it's spring break. Usually I upload my stuff on Sundays, but it's been a busy week. I've been busy. Just finished Mass Effect 3 just in time for Mass Effect 4 Andromeda. I do have some pretty cool take on it. I think my review will be uploaded Saturday or even Sunday. No. I'll do it Saturday so that I have Sunday to talk about other news in the gaming world. There's been a lot of awesome talk about Scorpio. You can go to other channels for that because, for instance, there was like a new logo that Larry Herb tweeted out. You can go check it out, and every single YouTuber that I know made a video about it, and it's like, well, it's nothing concrete. It could just be art for the new office, But, I like to report stuff that is actually, relevant and not just rumor, whether it's like 4 teraflops, 5 teraflops, 6 teraflops. Now, they're like, yeah, it might be 6.4 or it might feel like a 10 teraflop thing. I'm just like, dude, I don't care. Just, show me the stats. Show me the Carfax, right? Well, one thing that I do want to talk about is how awesome Xbox is. We don't really like to, bash other consoles or anything. But, I don't know if you guys heard, but there is the ability to play PlayStation on your PC. One of the things that people should have realized is that Sony's very own marketing hinted at that. For instance, this is a little dongle, that's what they're called, that hooks up to your laptop, and you can play video games, with your PlayStation 4 controller. Over here with the arrow, that's not my graphics, somebody else did that. You're seeing Uncharted. And, it's funny to see, like, people freaking out on Twitter. It's like, how do you know the exclusives are going to be playable on PC? And then somebody retweeted this image. I think it was Jamie Moran. Shout out to that dude. He's awesome. Follow him on Twitter. And, like somebody obviously tweeted out this meme from King of the Hill, of of the infidelity in that TV show, the cartoon. But what I want to focus on is this this app. Basically, it's called Lunchbox. It's fronted for emulation. You can emulate PlayStation games to play on your PC, and you can stream it to your Xbox One. Apparently you can do an emulator for your PC and play PlayStation games on your Xbox. It's pretty cool. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you to go to that website. It might have some hidden cookies or whatever, but I have seen how the hacking works, and it's pretty damn nice. So, for all the people that, were laughing because, Microsoft had some of their exclusives on PC, I guess that's a thing of the past now because both consoles do it. Except for Nintendo. Nintendo's pretty fucking badass in that department. One cool thing that I failed to mention last weekend is that Voodoo Vince is getting a remaster. I remember I didn't even buy that game when it came out, but I do have it on from an Xbox magazine demo. I used to play that demo all the time. Sorry, I just took a sip of my beer. I'm not supposed to do that. Sorry. Voodoo Vince, beautifuful game. I discovered this YouTube channel called Implant Games. Big shout out to them. They did a 30-minute review on Voodoo Vince. Go check it out because I believe this video will become more relevant as a remake. Lands on Xbox One, I believe, in April. Go ahead and check him out. Also, the people over at Xbox interviewed the original creator of Voodoo Vince, who still works for Microsoft to this day, and he was the one spearheading this kind of remake, and he's kind of in charge of it. The creator had this awesome shirt of Voodoo Vince from Redbubble. It's a 8-bit Voodoo Vince, so if you like that shirt, I'll include the link under the description of this video. And yeah, looks like they're really going old school. And it might be hinting of the properties that Xbox will revive on E3. Now, a lot of people were kind of upset that Halo Wars 2 didn't sell many copies, hard copies with ENPD. But I don't know about you guys, but the last hard copy video game that I bought was Forza Horizon 3. Most of my new ones have been digital, so NPD doesn't account for digital. It might have sold really well, might not. But turn-based strategy games are kind of niche. So for all the Xbox people, angry that we might not have supported it as much as we should, you're right to be upset. But that's like me giving you guys shit for not liking soccer. I don't know if you guys know, but there's an awesome, team soccer in the U.S. called Seattle Sounders, and they have a giant Xbox logo on them because, the owner of the team is, I believe, part of Microsoft. I want to say Paul Allen. Don't quote me on that, but I think he also owns the Seahawks. So it'll be like saying, hey, you need to support everything with the Xbox logo on it. Yeah, theoretically, that'd be cool. And even though there's a lot of people liking soccer right now in the US, I'm not going to guilt trip you into liking it. If you like it, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool, I am going to enjoy it. If you didn't, hey, I don't know, you're missing out. Speaking of missing out, Gears of War 4 had a giant March update. Go ahead and check them out. Came out on March 7th. But this week, I released a couple of Emergence Days Locust Drone Pack. So if you have accumulated a lot of free points, spend them on this. They're pretty awesome. The other cool thing, I want to give a shout out to Microsoft and this program called Women in Gaming. They actually have some cool events planned, and they do a lot of charities. They help developers, and they're upcoming. They're having a nice marketing and breaking through the through the barriers of gaming. So kudos to them. Now I mentioned Andromeda, and that kind of is it's one of the things that I believe it's because Microsoft had first access with EA Access that the media is being a little bitch about it. For instance, the average rating for it is about 80 something, which I think it's a little low for Andromeda. For instance, we have this review of IGN of Metal Gear 5, The Phantom Limb. Perfect, right? Perfect 100. Is there such thing? Well, let me show you a couple things. When this game launched, there wasn't any multiplayer available because it was broken. Okay, even after it landed, it required a lot of work and a lot of patches. It was horrible. Not to mention, it included one of my favorite and possibly one of the worst bugs. It's this one where has game-breaking bug. Literally, you can spend like so many hours, probably like 20 or 30, and by the time you get to this one, your entire game is gone. Like, you can't go back to it. Your save file is corrupted. And if you read more into it, you basically had to restart the game all over again. So that's a perfect game according to IGN. Now, on the Andromeda review, it said that, they had problems and bugs that take their toll. I'm like, really? You just gave, Metal Gear Perfect 100 and it had two giant, horrible bugs. Now, the other thing that they say that it lacks is companions. All right, it says Mass Effect and Andromeda. Andromeda is an expensive action role-playing game with a few moments that recapture the high points landmark of the trilogy that came before it. Now, you're comparing one game to three, and those high points came before because no one had done what they did. You know, like nobody did the sequel to Mass Effect. Nobody did the challenging third, part to the trilogy where a lot of those memorable moments come in. Now, one of the things that they do mention is that Breakout stars and its cast to carry it through the long hours of empty spaces. I don't know if they marked down Horizon Zero Dawn for this exact same thing, but what kind of shitty options are these reviewers choosing? I mean, someone actually chooses to sleep with you if you're a nice person in Andromeda. I mean, it seems like this reviewer, it's kind of a dick and can't relate to the characters, even if, it sounds like Trump, who's like, oh, she's not a perfect 10. Anyways, like I said, my review will definitely, come into play. And they say the lack of new races. Well, I think that's completely wrong because I've already seen in the first 16 hours, we've seen a new race in Andromeda. The fact that it's not playable, it's because I'm still early in the game and because we travel to Andromeda. We're not from Andromeda. So, yeah. And speaking of empty spaces, I mean, this is the this is the problem with No Man's Sky, and they gave it a really high review originally, and it came to bite him in the butt. Now, yeah, that's all for now. We're gonna play Andromeda. It's getting close to midnight over here in the West Coast, so yeah, we're gonna enjoy Andromeda. Thank you. Bye.